What's up, guys? Brian Grant here of ContestChampion.com, and check this out. We actually have twice as many arenas going on as normal. Normally, there's a two-star champion arena and then the four-star arena, and now we actually have two of each, one for X23 and one for Cable. So the reason for this, if you haven't been keeping up in the news lately, there was a minor bug going on at the start of the first Cable arena where they fixed a chat bug for one part of the game, and it introduced a new bug for the arena system. And they quickly patched that as well. But as a result, they said that they were going to run an extra round of Cable. So this will be the last round of Cable here. There's not going to be a fourth round of Cable. The third round is it. But they didn't want to stop the normal flow of arenas, so they're also running the X23 arena at the same time. So what does this mean for you? How can you take advantage of this? Basically, that's what I want to get to, is how do you take advantage of something like this? Well, there's a few different ways, and it depends on the type of player that you are. First off, the feature champions. If you're one of those hardcore grinders like myself, where you might be going for a feature champion, this is probably a good time to do so. Now, Cable here is still really highly sought after, so I don't know how much his ratings are going to drop. A lot of people, they saw this coming. Kabam announced this a few days ago, so his ratings might not be that much lower. It's hard to tell, but X23 here should be relatively low compared to, a normal running of X23. I still don't know what the cutoff is going to be, but it should be less, right? It should be less to get this 4-star X23. When it comes to the basic champions, to get Beast here or Colossus in the Cable arena, those should be lower as well, but it kind of depends on how many people are actually participating in both arenas. Because it's a percentage-based reward, it's hard to tell if those will be lower or if there will be less people participating in one arena or the other. So it's hard to tell what it'll actually do for the basics. But because of the features being not percentage-based and just top 400, it should absolutely be lower than usual to get X23 here. It's still going to be a significant amount of points. Don't think you're going to just waltz right in and get this champion for free, right? It's not going to be like that, but it should be less than usual. But what if you're not a hardcore grinder? What if you're not going for a feature champion? You're not going for a basic champion? Well, there's still two other ways that you can take advantage of this, guys, depending, again, on the type of player you are. So, of course, these arenas, they give really good rewards in terms of milestones. You're getting a lot of units, a lot of battle chips, gold, and these premium hero crystal shards as well. These things really do add up. So if you're capable of getting like a decent streak going, if your roster is up there to the point where it doesn't take an absolute ton of wins to get these final milestones here, then go for it. You can actually get all of the milestones in all four of these arenas if you want to put that much time in. For me personally, it would take roughly 220 wins in total to get the milestones for all four of them, and that's what I was initially planning on doing, because that's actually 400 units right there in only 3 days work, so pretty good. However, I decided to go for Cable again as the 4-star, since I need to duplicate some kind of mutant champion to get the ISO needed to rank level and rank him up. So figured might as well go for Cable, right? Well, what do you do if you're in that situation where you're going to be putting a lot of time in one arena? Should you just completely ignore the other arena? Possibly. And this is also going to cover the same thing of people who don't hit all the milestones, right? You can do this as well. If you're not going to hit all the milestones, this tip is actually more meant for you than the people who are in the same boat as me, going for one feature champion and not the other. So what everybody should be doing, at a bare minimum, guys, please take advantage of this. If you've been playing for a decent amount of time, I understand that if you're just starting out, if you haven't been playing that long, your roster's not developed enough, that this still might be a little bit too difficult for you. But what everybody should be trying to do is get 200,000 in both arenas. Get at least 200,000 points in both arenas. You'll still come out with some decent milestone rewards here. You get 25 units in total, a bunch of the other rewards. But the big thing is that you'll also qualify for this top 61 to 100% rewards. And it includes some 4-star Hero Crystal Shards. And it's only 75, right? But doing that twice in 3 days will give you 150, and that's really not that bad for the amount of time put in. An extra 150 4-star shards. They add up, guys. They absolutely add up. How many times have you been there where you're like, you have 1,900 shards, and you only need 2,000, right? This would have helped out in that situation. So don't miss out on the opportunity. Take advantage of this. Take advantage of this very unique setup in Arena. I can't imagine that this is going to be something that they ever do again, unless there is some other bug that you know, they feel necessary to kind of compensate players in some way, right? So yeah, take advantage of it. Get 200,000 in the arena. What I'll personally be doing is I'm going to be going for cable, and then I'm going to try to also get 200,000 in the X23 arena, of course. Not even try. I'm definitely doing that, right? And then between rounds of going for cable, I'm going to get as many of the milestones in both of these the 2-star champion arenas as possible. But that might be a little bit tough, considering you know, already going for cable as a future champion does require a pretty high score as it is. So I don't know exactly how many of these rewards. I might have to sacrifice some of my my unit farming in this case, but that's all right. All right, so hopefully you do take advantage of this tip. That's all I got for this one, guys, and I will see you in the next video or a late night live stream.